and all the other insurance companies are in competition. So
it's not. Single payer is totally not free. I get so tired of that. The same garbage was pushed on us about Obamacare. Well, it's a choice. No, it's not, because in a free market...
It's not a choice now because insurance companies set the rates. Private insurance.
Okay, well, hold on. There's something more basic. It's this. When you have one entity which is funded by taxpayer dollars, it's not competing for money. It's not in the market. So that's the whole point. It's not the same. So
it's not part of the reason.
Yeah.
But premiums are set by private insurance companies.
They are.
Not the government.
Okay, and you know what? That's why we should have more insurance companies, so that they have to compete.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I see, like this guy has it, socialism sucks. Single payer is socialism, and I don't want it. Baby Charlie Gard is dead because of a single payer socialist system. The bean counters decided whether that baby lived or died. I think it should be the parents' responsibility.
Oh, yeah, look at all that white.
You know, so.
You mean the baby in UK?
Yes. They even passed a bill. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's the UK version.
Yes, and I've heard that argument too.
That's already our version.
Okay, I know that, and I don't want any of these government versions. That's another argument I've been hearing from a lot of the single-payer people. There's Canada single-payer, there's UK single-payer, there's Germany single-payer, but the point is, it's single-payer, and it's bad. It sucks.
Yeah, why are there Canadians coming to America to get treatment when they have this single-payer that everyone touts as so great?
Because they probably want more responsive treatment.
That's why you
Really?
But it's a single payer system.
How about that?
Depends on what your ailment.
You know what British people are known for bad teeth? Because they have to wait so long.
Charlie Gard's parents want to come here?
I know, they want to come here. We've had royalty, they come here. Richard Burr talked about that at a budget hearing, and then Bernie Sanders was running it at the time, and he tried to mock everybody.
It's like, you either get it for cheap or you get it for good quality. Or you also get it at the right speed. And
yeah,
it's hard to get, and I don't think it's possible to get all free. If you have it cheap, there's no real incentive for doctors.
It's not even cheap now, I know.
Black Lives Matter is going to be speaking.
They're going to be speaking where?
At 3, I don't know where.
Okay, well, let's go talk. I want a black Trump supporter to talk to them and talk about how Trump cares about black lives more than the Black Lives Matter does. I got to see that.
Buy insurance across state lines. Maybe that should be fixed first and see what the marketplace results in.
Well, I absolutely agree. I mean, what I've said is repeal Obamacare, and then you have to repeal more. We have to repeal these.
Just fix the bad parts.
No, it's all bad. The whole thing is based on a flawed premise. Yes.
What, insurance?
No, it's based on this idea of forcing me to do something and also giving a lot of bailouts to the insurance companies.
Well, no one forces you.
Yes, they are. I'm forced to pay or I have to pay a tax.
No one forces you. When are you going to pay? How are you going to cover everyone else? How's everyone going to
Why do I have to cover everybody else?
It's insurance. That's how it works.
Oops, women.
Anti-judgmentally guy.
Right,
But that's what I've been saying. I want it to be like car insurance. I've been saying that.
Purchase your own. You get to choose your.
And I want a plan like I only want to cover heart attacks, or I want to cover.
You have to
Change it. Yeah.
But I want Obamacare repealed. It's got too much pork. It's got too many bad regulations. Yeah.
Line's moving, man. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate talking to you. I do. Thank you for not cursing at me. Sometimes. One guy got up in my face with the middle finger, and he was totally triggered because I was actually going after the Trump versus the media people. It was all never Trumpers. Those Republicans were totally biased. When you have a Republican who's pro-transgender, there's a problem. I mean, seriously. And he was a Cruz guy. Cruz was a pro-transgender. It's outrageous.
You're talking about like the military?
It is a mental illness. Yes, I said it in front of everybody, and so did you.
Yes, I did.
Freedom of speech, dude. Transgenderism is dysphoric, and I don't hate people. They just need to be helped. She doesn't have a badge or something?
Does anyone know why we're alive?
I think it's for our band.
They weren't open.
Blue? Blue? Yes!
We made it.
Let my people go! Here we go, like a bat into heaven. Oh, it's nice and cool in here. Way to go, Pasadena. All right. It's got a rose. Oh, I know. Isn't it great? Thank you so much. You know I got to do this. I'm glad that they. Okay, good. I saw the. Was it the Ulysses S. Grant one too? That was nice. Oh, okay. Oh, that. Okay. Thank God. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Where to, folks? Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, there's space training. I've got to show you.
Space training? Wow. Into the stars. I'll get out of your way.
It was hilarious.
I gotta look at my. Ed Asner is supposed to be doing something at like 10:15. I think I want to see that. Let me see. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. All right, everybody. Oh, it's Saturday. Okay, what time is it?
At 3. That's what I was.
Well, I mean, what time is it now? Oh, 10 o'clock? Okay, okay.
10 and 4.
Let's go to Equality Hall.
They started at
3 Black Lives Matter now?
For BLM?
Yep.
Black Lives Matter doesn't care about black lives.
Seriously.
I know. And I so let me know when you're doing stuff, okay? Remind everybody of your name.
Isaiah.
Isaiah, awesome. That's it. One of my favorite books in the Bible. Here we go. So
Isaiah the white supremacist.
and a cowboy too.
Yeah,
Oh man,
seriously.
he's a white supremacist hick. There you go.
Yep.
Dennis Dillon, hey everybody. Okay, let's go say hi to Ed Asner and let's see him defend. He had this very offensive cartoon attacking. So you know the whole 1% thing, and you know there was a picture of these rich people peeing. This was a cartoon that was supposed to be for kids, so I want to see what he has to say about that. Okay, here we go. I was like, I just showed up, and I'm like, you know, it was like at first I'm trying to understand what's going on, and now I finally get it. Okay, hello. Good. I got to get a picture next to this someday. Sometime today, I mean. There we go, everybody check it out. What's happening here? What's this one? It's gonna be, oh yeah, I'll be at that one later. Okay. Where is it? Oh yeah, that's Randy Burgers, I think. The van, right?
Yep. He just pulled up there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's Randy's. Yeah. Yeah. If you're in this country, he's your president. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Everybody, there's Randy. Randy got beat up by the Russians a couple days ago. There it is. Okay, sorry. All right. I'm diverting. It's my fault. What's up? You're the first one pro-life. Thank God. What do you think of what happened to Charlie Gard?
Charlie Gard, sad.
It's beyond tragic. It's criminal what happened.
Yeah,
They're like too bad. And they kept the kid in the hospital.
It's bad. Yeah.
That's single payer. I've been trying to warn everybody. It's terrible. Unbelievable.
That's why it's not on the news.
Exactly. Totally sitting on it. It's just outrageous. And I'm like trying to scream at people, we can't have single payer because that's going to be triple, double. You know, we're going to see that many times over. Death panels choosing who lives and who dies, including a little.
They laughed at Sarah Palin.
I know, but
there are death panels.
Yes, there are. They decide who lives and who dies. It's the bean counters rather than the parents.
Like Obama said, give them a pill.
Oh, I know, right? Just ease their pain.
Just take a pill.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make sure everybody gets red pilled. All right. Absolutely. I'm meeting a lot of people who, you know, a lot of millennials are. Some of them are waking up.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Right is rising.
Yes, I think these. Yeah. I think it was Glenn was talking about it. You know, you guys are paying for. Oh, excuse me. You're paying for everybody else's retirement. When you start seeing that, it's like, wow, this isn't fair. Yep. This is a Generation Z. That's right. Really quick, everybody. Yeah, 100 tall. Generation Z. Absolutely. But you guys aren't ZZ. You guys are awake. You're staying woke. Let's go say hi to Ed here. Ooh, it's chilly in here. Yeah.
Are Trump supporters allowed in there? Are Trump supporters allowed in there?
You have your wristband on.
I do.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened at that Ohio State Fair?
See how close we can get. You want to sit there?
Yeah.
That way we can get out quickly. If we need an easy exit. So, what do you know about Ed Asner?
Not much, actually.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
I know he's a TV actor. He was in the Mary Tyler Moore Show a long time ago. I know he's a hardcore liberal too.
Yeah.
So they should have Mary Tyler Moore here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. Yeah.
Yeehaw!
Don't worry.
Yeah, Ed Asner. I see. Let's see, Mandy, you spelled Asner A-S-A-Z-Z. Maybe A-S-S would be more appropriate. Oh, that's right, Mary Tyler Moore died. That's right. No problem, yeah. I gotta find a way to consolidate everything here. Look at all this stuff. I said I was going to pack lighter, but I still had to bring stuff. I have to have bags, you know, because there's going to be stuff I can collect. Okay, here we go. Okay, what do we got, everybody? I was being polite. Okay, I got you. Yeah, here we go. We got Isaiah right here. Yeehaw. That's right. So, are you? What's with the cowboy hat? You just like wearing it?
Yeah, it keeps me shaded.
There you. Oh, that's really important.
Yeah.
That's big. I totally get that. It's hot out there.
Oh, yeah.
All low. The only good lib is a deceased one. Whoa. Okay, it's kind of violent, guys. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, let's not go there. Okay. Yeah. Are you liberal? Okay. So what do you think of the whole Obamacare debacle? Do you think it should be fixed? Do you think it should be saved? Do you think it's doing fine? What do you think? I can't wait for it to be repealed. Every word of it. I think it's terrible. I think we're seeing premiums skyrocketing. We're seeing poor people being pushed out. And even the government subsidized versions are terrible. But people don't accept the Medi-Cal, Medicaid, Obamacare. They don't accept it. In this state, they don't accept it. Yeah. What is it? Well, I've never said that. I have never once said that people shouldn't get health care. Never. But let's talk about the way to do it.
Only for the rich, apparently.
Oh, yeah, apparently. You know, because like in Great Britain, for example, they have a two-tier system. The rich get the good one. So whatever happened to phasing out those differences, right? I thought it was about equality.
Yep.
And it's not happening.
That's what the left always wants to preach is equality.
Yeah, they preach equality, but they don't reach equality.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's all a ruse.
Oh, yeah.
It gets votes.
Yep.
I promise to give you more of what rich people have, and you know, but then they end up getting richer. Bernie Sanders is a 1%er. You know, he has 3 condos. He got nearly $1 million for his book deal. He had to report it. So I wonder when is he gonna pay his fair share?
Yeah.
Can I have some? Oh, there he is, everybody. Oh my God. I'm giving him a wide berth. I just want everybody to see it. There's Ed right there. Wow. All right.
Go ahead, Paul.
All right. Good morning. There he is, folks. Wow. He's got a button in his shirt. He's got a button right there on his shirt sleeve. Okay. This is going to go till 11:15, so we're going to leave early because there's another event. Well, I'm going to leave early. You don't have to tag with me. I'm just saying. Okay, I got to get my program. Yes.
The Proud Boys are showing up at 11.
Okay,
I think Steve. Do you know Steve?
probably.
Okay, yeah, Steve's going to try to show up, I think. That's what I was doing.
Are they having an event, or are they going to protest somewhere, or what?
No, they're just kind of going to go. They want to go see Ben.
Oh, of course. So all of them are going to be there? That's going to be nice to see. Bernie only paid 13% on his tax. That's right. Talk about unfair. Trump paid a higher tax rate. Let me see here. Okay. We'll go to Freedom Hall next. That's where the millennial thing is. Ed Asner, how old is he? I think he's like 92. Yeah, I agree. Deport illegal aliens and end DACA.
We like to make an entrance.
You. And a grand entrance it was. He looks like he's had a stroke. He's had a stroke, that's why. Sorry.
Are you going to keep up this commentary?
Well, I'm allowed to say something.
You are. Just say it's off.
Okay. Relax. I promise not to disrupt.
Liberals coming out.
Yeah. Microphone. Microphone.
Good morning, everyone. Please welcome our moderator, CEO, and founder of the Free and Equal Elections Foundation, Christina Tobin. We made it up.
Well, I'm glad you made it to church.
I've known Ed. I've known you for about a year. Too long.
87.
How
Okay.
long is too long?
I'm looking at this about a man eaters and some woman eaters. And I'm thinking if I survive, it'll be a miracle. I owe it all to you.
Can you all hear us out there?
Just a little microphone closer to Ed, please. Microphone.
What didn't you hear?
There we go.
Start with point one.
I came to see an old liberal.
What do you need to know?
How we're going to fix this mess in the United States of America, right?
What mess?
Is that what we need to know?
I just feel to be one of the laughing
What
stock
mess?
of the world,
What mess?
of history.
What mess?
Ain't it a bitch?
I love our president.
Well, I think that you're the leader, you talk.
I want to first start off with, this is my third year of being here at Politicon, the Free and Equal Elections Foundation. I'm the founder of, we're going on our 10th year next year. Free and Equal was founded in 2008. And I want to start off with just giving a huge applause to the team here at Politicon
Sure.
for making this happen. Simon City, the founder, and Joel and Dan and Lynn and all of you, I have never encountered in my 20 years almost now dealing with groups, organizations, causes such a delightful, hardworking, accountable, honest team that I've found from beginning to end. And I also want to very much thank our sponsors, Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps, Dr. Bronner's, and also Collective Evolution. They've a really great social media page that we're looking to collaborate a lot more with in the future. I met some of their people out in Toronto recently, so thank you to all of you. Gosh, Ed, I think today's going to be more of a storytelling. I want to really have a lot of time at the end to engage the audience.
Jack and cheese, Jill.
And I want to
Storytelling?
engage the audience and really get your questions. I spent most of the time at the booth yesterday that was handing out all the Dr. Bronner soaps to listen to what the people, what's on their minds, and a lot of different topics came up, voter disenfranchisement to getting involved in local statewide elections and so on. And I first and foremost want Ed to just say hi and introduce yourself and maybe say why you're here today so the people know.
I'm here because of her. I found her a dedicated servant of the people. She says nothing but the people all the time.
That's not Bernie Sanders.
Hoping to stir them to action, to equal participation, to achieving. And anybody who's on that kind of program is either naive or should be shot or ignored. I didn't choose to ignore her, to shoot her. And that's what her whole life. I just finished reading something by the founding fathers. The fact that we're a republic.
Yes.
You don't have republics with 320 million people.
Sure you can.
Republics are for little places like Switzerland and Liechtenstein and those places that the people are controllable or at least teachable. I don't know that we can teach 300 and some million people.
Yes, you can.
And get them to coalesce. And this may be a first attempt or one of the many dead attempts. But I approve it, I applaud it. And I like to, and I would say that as laughable, as clownish as we must appear to the world right now with the bumpers who have taken charge of us.
Boo. Yeah.
Big pardon?
I say boo to that. Our president is doing an excellent job. He's not a clown.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Thank you. Thank you for respecting my opinion. They did, but you did. Thank you.
And
Yes, I am.
I would say that
No
it is
applause there.
fortuitous that we have arrived at this point, because in many ways, I feel that we have been living a lie in the history of this country. Living a lie in terms of going to the republic, in terms of gaining the mass of people who support our selections. And our day of reckoning is now here. And it's up to groups such as this to generate the massive changes that have to take place if we are to represent democracy in the 21st century. Thank you.
Ed and I met last couple of years ago already. He showed up at the United We Stand Festival we held, our second annual. The first one was held and slated at UCLA. I was very disheartened at that time. UCLA attempted to stifle free speech. We know that was a big topic, was Colt in that whole panel.
Thank you.
Which I can completely relate to, because in the 20 years that I've done this, it has been a humbling journey. I do understand maybe why a lot of people have taken a break, maybe just stop doing what they're doing. The system is the problem. system of the two-party system that is, the stranglehold of the two-party duopoly. And when Ed showed up, I like to call him a truth seeker. He heard through my contacts with the civil rights movements tied to Amelia Boynton Robinson of Selma and Bernard Lafayette and deep into the Joan Baez. And he showed up, and it's individuals like Ed and the people that I'm staring at in this room today, and groups like Politicon, and wanting to help put a stop, that is, to all this needless violence and divisiveness and censorship, and lack of equality and too much money and influence in politics. So I keep going at it. Green Equal Elections, a 501c3 nonprofit. We're here to broaden electoral choices through education and direct positive action. Ed was our moderator last year in 2016 for our presidential debate with C.U. Boulder in Mackey's Auditorium. And in 2012, many of you may have seen Free and Equal Elections, or some. Mr. Larry King and I co-moderated together, reaching modestly tens of millions and top 10 trending on Twitter. We are really at the forefront. Independents are rising. I think two parties are crumbling, Ed. Wouldn't you say the two-party system is just crumbling?
Absolutely.
And with the Gallup polls consecutively 3, 4, 5 years, independents on the rise. This last election, third parties on the rise, for sure. With congressional ratings at an all-time low, we see Trump in office, who I feel is a bit of an outsider, of the two-party system.
Yes.
And Congress, the day he got elected, I thought, wow, this is going to result in Congress kind of going into gridlock, because the two-party system is a business. It's a facade. It's Wizard of Oz. They don't care about, for the most part, maybe with the exception of Congressman Thomas Massey, which is a total exception. But man, Congress is not representing us. They're representing the powers.
Thomas Massey's a good guy.
The Rockefeller, the Rothschilds, the fact that they're allowing, I'm going to really go into the voting system, the voting machines sold from Diebold to the Dominion owns our voting machines. Why don't we have alternative voting methods in Maine? Fair Vote, my favorite organization, Fair Vote, that is .org. Passed instant runoff voting in Maine, and now recently the Fair, I think, Representation Act, Congress introduced, which has some proponents of proportional representation. So I feel that when we unite, there are far more of us than there are of these few sociopathic, narcissistic, me, greedy politicians running our country. And until and when we replace a few hundred candidates for Congress, this is a lot easier. They're running war, people dying throughout the world. They're running our country. What, for the greedy Federal Reserve dollar? We should have more alternative currency as well. I mean, Bitcoin went to a conference. I mean, just having more of that to maybe put the Federal Reserve out of business.
Yes. Yes.
The Edward Griffin, Creature of Jekyll Island. So I can go on, but Ed, I want to really talk about Hollywood. You were wrongfully blacklisted. Wrongfully. You've been an outspoken advocate for the people. Ed of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Lou Grant, highest rating syndicated show shut down. The sponsors shut him out. They wrongfully blacked him out. And they've done it to many others. Chuck D of Public Enemy, who's been on our stage at United We Stand Fest, blacked them out. They're coming back through with Prophets of Rage, Tom Morello, Cypress Hill here in the US. But can you tell us what happened in great detail, if you never have before, what Hollywood did to you? Because Hollywood, music industry, mainstream media, sorry, MSNBC, CNN.
Thank you for going after them.
Go the Young Turks. Go the Media, Go Redacted Ignite, Empire Buzz. Like, I mean, I love more alternative media, and I think, you know, I see them as individual stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely, clap for that.
Mainstream media is definitely crumbling. The two-party system is crumbling. So, Ed, can you tell us the blackout in Hollywood? What happened?
I'd rather tell another story.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a lady in Hollywood named Marsha Hunt. She was married to a wonderful progressive writer. She had that great name. But when the commie scare hit Hollywood, and they were looking to blacklist right and left, at that time, a bunch of actors and directors got together and decided to fly to Washington and appeal to Congress, that wonderfully astute body, to back off, to not persecute. That group of people on that plane, Humphrey Bogart, Lauren McCall were part of it. I think, I don't know who else. But Marsha Hunt was one of them. She was up and coming on, she knew, doing well in Hollywood. And that group was called the Committee for the First Amendment.
Yes.
And it made its speeches in Washington and made its contacts to the various congressmen. And they came back, and that was it. They were right of free speech is what they stood for, and that's what they went to Washington to peddle, came back, and felt like good Americans. Well, a few years later, Stanley Kramer, Frank Sinatra were making a film, and they cast Marsha Hunt in it. Well, the so-called anti-communists in California at that time, in the business, were headed by John Wayne, Ward Bond, and Roy Brewer, who was the head of IATSE, I believe, the technicians group, union. And they wrote a letter saying, you can't use Marsha Hunt. And they said, why not? Because she defended the communists. And I said, no, she sits on the committee of the First Amendment. We don't care. That's a defending of the communists. So they haggled back and forth, and finally they said, okay, all right, we're going to be nice to you. You can use her in a movie if she writes a letter of apology. They said this to Marsha. Why? Why should I have to write a letter of apology? I was performing like an American citizen. I was supporting the First Amendment. She wouldn't sign it. She wouldn't write the letter. And they couldn't use her in the movie. This is Stanley Kramer and Frank Sinatra. That's how big they were. That's how little they became over Marsha Hunt. So this is the type of thing that two megalith parties can create. An papa that nobody can resist, that nobody can decry the anti-communists, nobody can decry the anti-fascists. And diminishing the power of the small parties and engendering greater, what was achieved by Bernie Sanders in that brief run? should be proof enough to all of you of what has to be done to stop this juggernaut of big boyness that has occurred in our political lives. I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear.
There's so much wisdom around Ed. It's so humbling to be here. And yes, that's perfect. I wanted to go right into Bernie Sanders. Wow, very cool. Also,
Was that right with Donald Trump?
oh, we can agree to disagree.
Called free speech.
Freedom of speech.
I would say that Dennis Kucinich, who was not elected recently because of gerrymandering, no, not good. Dr. Ron Paul,
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura, Ralph Nader, all endorse the Free and Equal Elections Foundation. I hope Sanders does someday, and so on. But they have all paved the way, Anderson, more and more. Asner in his way, in his role, and musicians and all that were wrongfully blacklisted by the system. And they have all paved the way for something bigger than one person. Something bigger. It is not about a certain politician. It's about coming together across the spectrum, right? I feel that talking about the nation, the issues that are of importance to us today, it seems like a lot of it, we can really, across the spectrum, when we put accountable people in office and we see left and right alike, I believe, are agreeing that maybe we should cut government back a little. Some,
Yes.
10, 20%, maybe more if we want to go to the origins of the Constitution.
Yes.
Free and equal stance is let the people decide. So when that happens, we're going to see we have been played. We have been played by this two-party duopoly that are puppets, strings to, again, self-interest, Citizens United, no good, to the mainstream media playing into that, again, to Hollywood, and to, again, the music industry and so on, even the gaming industry and so on. We have been played, and until and when we have to, we will unite as a nation, as we the people across the political spectrum, for truly an independent movement of the party system. I have to say, in 2010, I was slated and asked to be a speaker for the National Libertarian Party Convention.
Oh.
It's pretty cool, right? I thought, I was the only woman, too, might I add, in a very male-dominated industry. Very.
Problem with that.
And a couple hours before going on the stage, the national chair comes up to me, Bill Redpath at that time, and says, I don't want you to speak about free and equal elections. I go, what? I've never publicly said this.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, I am being censored at the Libertarian Party National Convention 2010. What? And I had a 10-minute slot, and I said, that's part of, I was running for Secretary of State as a Libertarian in 2010 here in California. I did not run as an independent because it would take 100,000 signatures to get on the ballot as an independent for Secretary of State of California, only 300. As a Libertarian, so
Interesting.
I was unanimously voted to run as a Libertarian, telling them I'm an independent, I'm not a party person. But when they censored, the national chair, in my opinion, censored me from being able to speak about free and equal elections when I was going to speak about my Secretary of State race, leading the top two against the top two Prop 14 Initiative 14. What a horrible initiative. Horrible. I mean, the fact that Independent Voter Network supported
That's
that,
right.
California Independent CIVP supported that.
I agree with
a
her.
lot of good people on their team, but the Chad piece, Steve piece, that is not good. Top two was a horrible thing.
Yes.
But the fact that I don't want to go too much on a tangent there, kind of reeling it back in, but it's time more than ever for us to unite, and that's where United We Stand Best comes in. Our presidential debates, Free and Equal Elections is going to be holding our 4th annual electoral reform symposium in Colorado this November. That's 2008, 2012, 2016 for the presidential debates. 4 years for our United We Stand Fest. We're going to hold, it looks like in the next month or two. We were slated at Madison Square Garden, but unfortunately the producer, Tyler Fay of Bayline, stole the show. But the show's still going to go on because we're not going to compromise. We're not taking the big money. It's not an option because compromising is what has gotten us where we are today.
Yes.
And that is not okay. So, with the United We Stand Fest and that, I'm excited to see where we move forward as well. But when we come together, all these leaders, for a movement that is, again, bigger than any one person, that's when we're going to bring about real change and hope, because it really is out there. We can't give up, Ed, can we?
No.
We can't give up.
Well,
Wasn't paying attention.
No. Giving up's not an option, Ed. No, I don't.
It's like The
I
Simpsons, like more to be
life.
really in the dead.
So, are you turning the table over to me now?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about if I don't have anything to say? Yeah.
Take questions.
How are we going to have a chance in the progressive future if we don't swing the vote and the Congress blue next year? How are we going to go? How are we going to have hope for a progressive future if we don't join together?
Progressive
Swing the
Nazis.
vote? What the house?
Everybody's leaving.
Well, how much money can you command?
Everybody's leaving.
A lot of money. We've seen over 200 candidates are going to be running next year. 200 Democratic candidates are going to be running that have been funded over $5,000 each. Compared to 2009, there were only 75 Republicans who flipped the House Republican in 2009. So we have over 200 now that are funded. So yeah, we got money, baby.
Good.
Haven't we done that before, though? We've gone back and forth. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a pendulum, right? Party system. Back and forth, A's and R's. That's
I
what
think if
working for
anybody
us.
needs an example, just to look at what has occurred in Europe over the years, where you've always had the major parties dominating, and now in these troubled times,
Yes.
Greece has gone to a weird assortment of parties. France is now run by
That's right.
what had been a minor
That's right. The
party
minor
of the
parties took
war.
over in France.
Very not expected to be political contender.
Right.
Look at Britain itself has showed signs of that. I guess Germany is about the only mainstay that has not that deviated. But the rest of the world is in turmoil, and smaller parties that were never heard of have come to the fore. So it could happen here if the right steps are taken.
How do we make a difference, Ed?
Yes.
Can we get this gentleman?
Yeah, he was
up to the
first. Go
mic
ahead.
there?
That's fine. Go ahead.
To the mic.
You go up to the mic.
Yeah, go ahead.
I really wanted to open this up more to the audience than talking too much, so I'm ready to go into questions early so we have more time. So if you want to get in the line there, hop up to the line, and let's have at it. Go ahead. But right to a question, quick.
My question is exactly what, by the way, Mr. Asner, huge fan. I love your career, by the way. My question is about breaking up the party duopoly. I am completely on board with that. I think that's a great idea, but I also look to France and Greece and even Canada, where a candidate can win and only has 30% of the votes. And it's that's a little disheartening a little bit, because I'm kind of like, no one really likes this person. Obviously, they only got 30% of the vote, but they don't have that kind of backup where we can still have a consensus of voters. So my question is, how do we solve that problem? Would runoff elections be a possibility in that kind of scenario?
I'll let you do that.
I think he almost answered it at the end, though. is the alternative voting methods, right? So Rock-Ons, again, fairvote.org, who actually, I don't know if free equal elections would be existing today without that organization. They were our underlying sponsor back in 08. But alternative voting methods, from approval voting to score voting to instant runoff voting, are some great options. And, you know, the system goes into this wasted vote syndrome, right? Like, or, you know, the president was elected because Ralph Nader ran. Well, why don't we have something different than just singular vote? I mean, we can rid of the so-called wasted vote syndrome. That is, again, a product and illusion of the two-party system created by the two-party system. So, great question. I hope I answered that. Thank you. Okay, two questions.
I'm not a maven here of political knowledge. I'm a tag-along. So don't be surprised if I look numb and shocked when I'm asked the question, because I'm not an expert and I'm not a...
And why did they invite you?
But I do know that the system stinks as it is, that the major parties
He doesn't have any
are
knowledge,
still
why did they
trying to
invite him?
control the ballot box, the machines, the means of voting, gerrymandering, as they're doing it in Texas, Ohio as always, Georgia, and it's business as usual. So I'm here to support this effort to bring about individuality and to bring about a free process of voting in this country. And if you guys can do it, then that's all I ask.
If I may add, in 98, I saw my dad wrongfully knocked off the ballot for governor, Jim Tobin, as a libertarian, and he gathered over 40, 50, 60,000 signatures. And I learned then at 17 years of age that, you know, the D's and R's only had to get 5,000 signatures, third parties had to get 25,000, and that was disheartening to see my father get wrongfully knocked off the ballot. And since then, just seeing within even the Chicago electoral system helping get dozens of, if not 50, hundreds of candidates on the ballot, working as Ralph Nader's National Ballot Access Coordinator in 2008. I would have done it for Dr. Ron Paul, but he told us directly the number one reason he did not run in 2008 as an independent is because of the restrictive ballot access barriers.
Yes.
900,000 signatures just to get on the ballot for president. Jim Webb inquired me last year. I did the number crunch. I'd have to get 1.6 million signatures. It would cost $7 to $10 million modestly. If we waited to the last minute, 20 million just to get on the ballot. And then you're dealing with the hurdles of Ralph Nader, for example, in 2008, 2004, you may recall, when he was really breaking through, the Democratic Party knocked him off the ballot in 36 states.
Yep.
So you can imagine in 08, he ran as an independent because there was such a tension between the Greens and Nader. But it was just some insight there, really caring about our election. So right to the question, sorry about that.
I feel like there's very few issues that have affected us more as Americans than there's a couple. And for whatever reason, publicly, most people don't feel safe talking about it. So my question to Ed is, how much longer is it going to take before the American people demand a reinvestigation into 9/11?
Well, as you know, I belong to the Artists and Engineers Committee on that. I now belong to the Lawyers Committee. So I think the lawyers are going to be coming up with effective stuff to make the government spit up its hairball. And I think that there will be results. Whose administration, I don't know. But I must tell you that I'm in the midst of reading David Ray Griffin's book called Bush and Cheney. And his subtitle is How They Destroyed Democracy Forever.
No, they didn't.
This book also indicts Obama, who has continued many of the same policies that Bush and Cheney did. So it's business as usual, and we see Republican and Democrat, and there's no difference because the maintenance
That's a lie.
is there. Bush and Cheney started drone bombings, but they were pikers until Obama took over and killed a lot more people with his drones than they had.
Wow,
This is a very egregious example of how, doesn't matter what party's in power, the same evil practices will continue. And what are those evil practices dedicated to? It used to be Deutschland über alles. It now will be called America über alles. Of what private, small parties can react and overcome if they stop this process that I demonstrated with the drones.
And Richard Gage is architect of 9/11 and engineers, great guy. So just putting the truth out there, it seems.
Can I just add that just being here yesterday, it was one of the most fascinating things for me is to see Democrats now cheer people like David Frum and Bill Kristol, who are the world's biggest warmongers and pushed the Iraq war alive, pushed torture, pushed all these things, and now Democrats are cheering him because they both agree that Trump is a bad guy, which shows that the two-party system is a complete joke.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well said.
I'm not a Crystal fan myself in that regard.
Coming on the tail of that, this may not work really well, but I have to admit that I'm a skeptic about multi-parties because if you look at what's happened in Europe,
Yep.
in Israel, and any number of other places around the world, you can have parties on totally opposite sides banding together and getting rule by committee, which doesn't really advance. It just creates gridlock. But my bigger concern is even if we did have multi-party systems, we still have Citizens United and money that perpetuates the status quo. And you've been watching what's going on with Sinclair.
Do you think that if Democrats swept Congress, that any challenge to Citizens United would ever be launched?
That's a great
I
question.
can't say that for sure, but I think it's a better chance than what we have now. And it's like those are the only choices. I worked 16 hours on election day, and at the end of the day, I was very disappointed. But the bottom line is it's a binary choice on that day where we are now. But my main concern is with
Is it your question?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the question, but I was responding to Ed. My question is when you have Citizens United and you're watching the news, Sinclair Broadcasting is coming up, and Pacifica is struggling now. If you don't get money out and you don't get the media out of control of the powers that be, I don't know how you're going to move things forward with two parties or 82 parties. I'd like your response to that.
I would say sweeping the two-party system would be our best chances of removing Citizens United, wouldn't you? We've tried it left, we've tried it right, and neither. It just don't serve our interests. And as far as Citizens United, I think I foresee, Free and Equal are going to be launching our election system app this fall. Hunter Scarborough, Voter XYZ, is going to help us with that. And we're going to be listing every single candidate running for office, DR, third-party, independents, and so on. The multi-city, multi-party system, parties become larger, they inevitably become infiltrated. I saw it in 2010, that Libertarian National Convention. And our Constitution has no mention of parties. Washington, warned us, our founding fathers, they're evil. So in order to, I think, money in politics, why don't we just become very aware of who's giving to each candidate? So on that election system app, we're going to show all the money funded into each candidate's campaign. The issues that they agree on, 20 top issues important to the people. If they swap, you can see. You could go on there to maybe volunteer for their campaign, maybe learn about ballot access, how to run for office. I did it at 27 years of age. I can do it 27 years of age running for statewide office. You can run locally, you can get involved, you can donate your time, give back to your community, and I think local is where it's at, right? That's starting from the bottom up, getting involved from the bottom up is a very important component of
anything that stirs the pot is fine by me.
Well, you were just in the headquarters of Cambria, California. That's the headquarters of free and equal elections, and where I've lived for almost 5 years now. And
let's see if they draw this out or if they're going to actually let me speak.
So that was pretty interesting, right? So yeah, it resulted in the incumbent president getting replaced.
Well, it seemed like we helped a candidate win who was an independent and replaced an incumbent. That's always a victory for groups such as this.
Harry Farmer.
To find it happening on a national scale would be a blessing.
Harry Farmer, he's an astrologer. He won by 30 votes. Of course, he went door to door and worked hard. So,
yes, absolutely. So I'm really glad to hear your take on this awful Prop 14. It is so disenfranchising. It's just untenable. So I'm really glad to hear about that. I want to make a quick announcement. There's a website called stopprop2.com. Tom Palzer is leading the fight to get that initiative on the ballot for next year. So I absolutely agree with that. Want to make that announcement. I was a little offended, when Ed Asner says it's no longer Deutschland über alles and now it's America über alles. I think any equivalence with Nazi Germany in this country is so baseless and without fact. It's offensive. This country fought. We helped to free Jews in concentration camps. We are not akin with Nazi Germany, so that's very offensive, and I think that's part of the reason we're seeing a broken political process when we see such unacceptable and unjust analogies in that fashion. So having said that, for me, I think we need to make it easier as citizens to be able to work together to form our own interest groups, and we have all these ridiculous rules, like what you just mentioned. It takes $95,000 for a third-party candidate to run. We need to make it easier. Lobbyists have all these rules in their favor, working with third house money, working with lobbyists in order to buy access, to buy influence. What I've understood is that smaller groups tend to have more power because they're able to get together, they have shared goals, they have selective incentives to stay together. What steps do we take to make it easier as us as individuals to be stronger lobbyist groups? Because I don't think the answer is going to be to get money out of politics. I think it should be easier for you and me to spend as much money as we want to. I think it should be easier for us to influence elections as individuals. So my question, I'll get back to the question. I'm sorry if it's a little arcane. How do we make it easier as individuals to form our own lobbyist groups to start putting pressure on Congress or on our state representatives, as opposed, because all the rules seem to be stacked towards helping these big interests to have their lobbying firms?
Do you want to address the comment he had about you, though? That was pretty, I would address it.
What?
You didn't like it.
Because I have to tell you, Ed, when you're saying it used to be Deutschland über alles and now you're saying it's America über alles,
I have a hard time hearing. So
you were able to hear before, so we're going to try this again. So when you're saying it used to be Deutschland über alles, and then you're saying it's now America über alles, I think drawing any kind of an analogy between this great country and Nazi Germany is very offensive. We have millions of men. I just saw Dunkirk this past weekend, but I'm speaking to what you had asked, so I'm just saying to you, I think it's offensive that you did that. And I think that going off about 9/11 being an inside job is factless either. I asked you a question, and you then wanted to go to the comment I had made, and I'm trying to explain it to him. So what do you want to do? Do you want him to respond to my upset about that issue, or will you answer my question? What do you want to do?
I'm going to back away from that. I certainly believe it.
You believe that this country is just as bad as Nazi Germany? Do you actually believe that?
I'm not hearing you to talk slower.
Okay.
But actually,
You believe that this country is as bad as Nazi Germany?
I didn't say it was as bad because I used a phrase to capture American overwhelmingness in terms of having troops in how many 170 countries in the world.
Okay.
Are you talking about? Well, are you ridiculous? We're not creating concentration camps yet, but
we have it now. We freed people from concentration camps.
What do you think is going to happen when the United States reacts to North Korea's ability to bomb California?
So I'm going to jump in on the smaller groups question.
That's fine.
So again,
I was responding to him, so that's fine.
A local level. So we do have lots of state caucus leaders and leaders rising workshops throughout. I think the power of the internet and social media is going to be a game changer too. It's not to be underestimated. Yes, historically we've gone back into the whole revolution, the fight, and needless death. But because of internet, social media, we're seeing more of what's real and what isn't real. And when we shine a light on these people in office, a light through an app, which is the power, the app.
I got him on it though, didn't I?
And we
I don't want to get away with that.
People are going to scatter. That's including not only Canada.
Did you hear that? You have Ed Asner drawing an equivalence with Nazi Germany.
Hollywood and so on. And when that happens, you count on people that arrive.
They always have somebody rushing in to try to I mean, I responded to his question, and then she offered to me to go after him on that comment, and that was the means.
We're discussing.
We're allowed to do that. Is there a question or a comment if you want to speak?
You're not going to respect somebody with fucking respect.
Okay, you're cursing at me with the F word. Who's the one who's disrespectful? It's right over there. For a man to compare Nazi Germany and the United States, I'm allowed to challenge him on that. Why do you have a problem with somebody calling out something that is factually untrue? Do you notice that? And then he said the F word. Who's the one who's disrespectful? Do you see that?
We're the one disrespectful.
I know. But he said, Deutschland über alles, and then he says America über alles. And that has to be called out. That's just beyond offensive. I saw Dunkirk, you saw British and Canadian, French soldiers who fought so that Jews, and then the Americans came to Normandy in 1944. How many Americans died freeing Jews and undesirables from concentration camps? We can't let people get away with that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He had asked a question, he wanted me to follow up on it, and I did it. It's supposed to be, so I guess they believe in freedom of speech as long as it's for the left. Okay, I don't know. I got to find out from one of these if we can go to that Mark Kirk event. Well, we just can't let somebody get away with that stuff.
Of course.
Sorry. I just want to make sure that this isn't a voice here. So you heard what Ed Asner was actually comparing the United States to Nazi Germany. And I said, you think that's okay? And we don't have concentration camps. We don't have we did have we had like those internment camps, but that was the Democratic Party.
Oh, yeah.
Republicans didn't support that. Never did. Do you have to be a VIP for this event, for Mark Kirk? Do you have to be a VIP?
No, you have to have a blue wristband and stand in line.
Okay, that's fine. But I want to make sure, because I tried to get into the Mark Kirk one before. So, how are you? Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
Oh, you got a little bit of everything here.
Yes.
Ike and Gore. Okay,
Yes.
good.
And peak,
and now you're running for office too. Perfect.
Yes, I do.
Got it. You're multi-partisan.
Is this Instagram Live or something?
It's just live. It's just my live feed.
Oh, cool.
Regular live feed.
Hello.
So perfect. All right. Cluttered and buttoned. I love it. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Is this the line for Mark Kirk as well? Oh my God. I think this is. Let me ask him. Okay. Okay, Mark Kirk or for the millennials for the independent.
Video is this one.
This one.
That's
Okay.
the line.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, okay.
That was actually pretty offensive.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we have to challenge. They're not used to somebody challenging them on stuff. They've been surrounded by an echo chamber. We have to be able to call that out. It's just. Here, let me turn this off.